Artists, today we are going to build an armature of a donut to use for a sculpture. So what you have is a piece of tinfoil, and I want you to loosely roll it. So it's kind of hollow in the middle. And we're going to use this to kind of start forming and pinching into a circle shape. And I don't want to squish the foil. You'll see that the foil is still pretty thick. We want that for our sculpture. Now I'm going to try to connect that foil as best as I can. I'm going to try to pinch the foil together when it comes over here and meets. And this is going to be the armature for my donut. Remember, I don't want to smash it down. I want it to stay relatively thick, so that way the donut sculpture in the end can be kind of thick. If you need to secure the ends with a little bit of masking tape to help, you can do that. Once your armature is ready, you're going to prepare your table for some plaster. So you're going to want to lay out some newspaper to protect your surface. You've got your armature. You're also going to need warm water and plaster strips. Now you do not want these plaster strips to get wet until you're ready to use them, so you want to make sure that you're setting those far away from the water. To create your plaster sculpture, you're going to take your strips of plaster. They get dipped into the water, and then you're going to use 2 fingers to squeegee that extra water off. You don't want it to be soaking wet. And then we are simply going to wrap the plaster around the foil armature. And we only need 1 layer. When this dries, this is going to be really thick. So as you're working, you're grabbing your plaster strips. You're trying really hard not to get a lot of them wet, so don't use soaking wet fingers. We're going to dip, squeegee, and wrap. And when we wrap, we're going to kind of try to touch a little bit of the previous strip before we add the next. And you want to keep double checking on the bottom and underneath to make sure that you're completely wrapping these. And you're going to continue until your whole donut is covered with 1 layer of plaster. So we just continue the process, making sure that we're touching the layer before so that the plaster can stick to itself. So continue doing that until your whole donut is covered. When you're done wrapping your donut, make sure that all of your foil is covered on top and bottom, inside and outside. And this is going to be really hard to know whose these are. They're all going to look exactly the same. So what you need to do is you need to write your name on a separate piece of paper, and you're going to sit your donut on the piece of paper with your name on it. That way when these are drying, we can still keep track of whose projects they are. The most important thing to know about this project is that plaster cannot go down the sink drain, so please do not try to clean out the plaster water. I'll take care of that for you.